It feels like a long time since I've watched Manchester United win a game at Old Trafford like that, in control. No anxiety going into the last 10 minutes. No heartburn FC. 3-0, the third goal that makes the difference. And on a day where we commemorated the Busby Babes, that photo there, it just puts a big old smile on your face. 18-year-old Mainoo, who walked off to a standing ovation at Old Trafford in a week where he scored his first United goal, he scored his first Premier League United goal, he won Player of the Month for our club. He gets a standing ovation on a day where Alejandro Garnacho gets 2 goals for Man United, where Rasmus Hojlund scores and becomes the youngest striker, I think, in Manchester United history to score in 4 consecutive games in the Premier League, and for United to win 2 in a row. We're now on, well, we already were. We're still unbeaten in 2024. That's 2 games back where we've had our first full team. And that game right there was a game where we controlled it. In the first half, I saw loads of people complaining at halftime, but I thought, mate, West Ham are going to sit deep with the back 5. They're going to look for set-piece opportunities. The game went exactly how I thought it would. I probably would have wanted United to have more of an element of control, and I think that's where the frustration came from. But that celebration from Rasmus Hojlund, that goal from Rasmus Hojlund, by the way, top class. Cut it onto his right foot, his weaker foot, outside of the box, fired it into the corner. But that celebration from him said so much. Hojlund is an example to all of you to support the players who play for your football club. He couldn't score for toffee for the first 17 games at United. And you saw the release of the celebration from Aston Villa. And now you're starting to see him dancing his celebrations. Now you're starting to see a 21-year-old who is enjoying, by the way, playing for his boyhood club. I've said this so many times. It's important that players actually want to play for our football club. And all 3 of them do. 2 of them academy products. All 3 of them 21 or under. The future is bright. But in particular, I think I'm happy. Actually, I'm happy about all of it, really. But Hojlund, I'm such a big believer in supporting your players. There might be so much negativity going outside, but ignore it. Screw it. Support your players. Now, I'm not saying every player is going to turn around and be brilliant. I'm questioning Anthony. I've still yet to see, Onana, I might be swinging a miss on that call. But it puts a smile on your face, man. And we haven't had much to smile about this season. We really haven't. And Alejandro Garnacho, not 1 goal from him today, 2 goals. You might say, lucky deflection. You make your own luck in life. Shoot. Remember Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Shoot. Got a deflection, 2-0. Garnacho on that right-hand side has been a bit of a revelation. He didn't really play there for the youth team. He was somebody who, on the left-hand side, just dominated. So you never really needed to move his positions. But Garnacho got 2. A nice breakaway goal from United at the end. And that 3rd goal, I've been screaming about scoring that 3rd goal and how much of a difference it makes. And it just, you heard it in the atmosphere at Old Trafford today. Everybody was just enjoying themselves, singing the songs, chants coming out, different chants. Just enjoying watching United score goals, beat teams at Old Trafford. We just haven't had the opportunity to enjoy it like that often. But as I said, 2 games with our first 11 back, really. 2 wins, 7 goals. There's lots of positives. And Mainoo, as I said, Mainoo going off to a standing ovation there. What a week it has been for him. And of all 3 players in that midfield, you've got Casemiro, whose CV is kind of unrivaled in that position in football. 4 or 5 times Champions League winners, everything. And Mainoo's the one who looks composed by comparison every time he's in there. Same goes for Bruno Fernandes, who's quite a high-octane footballer, I think we call it. He's not really someone who's ever going to slow the game down. He wants to speed it up wherever possible. Hence why he needs to play him further forward. But Mainoo coming off to a standing ovation, that's Erik ten Hag protecting his players. I think Ten Hag has managed Garnacho's rise to now fantastically. You know, when he was late to the pre-season and he didn't play, despite the fact that he just won the FA Youth Cup, what are you doing? You're teaching discipline. And now you're starting to see a star emerge. But honestly, That right there that's got to be one of the photos of the season. It really, really will be. And the opposite of photos of the season. Look, I hope that Martinez going off there was nothing more than precautionary. But I think it was Kufal who it wasn't a horrible tackle by him. It was kind of similar to Mainoo's injury in the preseason. You know, when Casemiro, I think, pushed Rodrigo, and Rodrigo's full weight kind of went onto, I think, Mainoo's ankle. It looked like Martinez's leg was stretched and Kufal's weight kind of went on the knee, and it looked like it just bent it in a slight direction where it shouldn't have been bent. I'm surprised that he walked back on the pitch. I think that was poor. But he went off a couple of minutes later, and I hope it's precautionary, because the last thing I want to see is him getting injured after he's made such a difference coming back into this team. He is irreplaceable in this starting 11. And can I say, I know Alejandro Garnacho got man of the match. I think he got two. You can't not give it to Garnacho, can you? But Diogo Dalot today, that there was one of the moments of the game for me. I wouldn't say it was a complete, total control. It was far more controlled than I think you've gotten used to, but still at 2-0, they break it. I think it was a great pass to, I think it was Jared Bowen. Incredible recovery tackle from Diogo Dalot. And then Martinez going off with that injury, I think happened a couple of minutes before, you're thinking, oh, no, it's going to happen again, it's going to happen again. But all game long, really, the threat from West Ham came from the set piece. It frustrates me how many cheap and easy corners and free kicks we give away. Maybe more like the thing I'm probably more annoyed about are the fouls on the edge of the box. The cheap and easy fouls. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Just be smart rather than the kind of running in full steam. But this is a man who has had to endure huge criticism. Massive. Has the last two games transformed everything? No, it has not. Is he effectively an interim manager right now? Yes, he is. Between now and the end of the season, he has to prove that this team can really not just win, but show that identity that he was brought in to instill in this team. And Man United got the result there against West Ham. And it was a first half where you could say, well, West Ham had a lot of chances, but I think it must have been 3/4 of their chances came from corners or something like that. They were sitting deep. We had the moment of quality. I wasn't too fussed, but we definitely improved in that second half. Getting the second goal allows you to be more expansive, allows you to be in more control. And getting the third goal is what kills the game of football. But United now have had such a crap season, really. Look at us. Where are we? 6 points behind Spurs. 8 points off top four. We picked up 2 points on Tottenham this weekend. We picked up 2 points on Newcastle this weekend. Chelsea are crap anyways, and they lost to Wolves. These are the weekends where United have got to try and recover from the awful first half of the season that we have had. And to do that, as I said, on the commemoration and the anniversary for the Busby Babes, to see Hojlund, aged 21, and Garnacho, aged 19, and Mainoo, aged 18, not only playing for United, but taking centre stage for United. It just gives you such optimism for the future. And the future is certainly brighter than it has been for the first part of this season. And we are undefeated in 2024. We've got Aston Villa coming up next. And I think we've then got Luton after that. We've got... Who else we got after that? I can't remember. Game by game, United just need to get better. And that control level there, that's not something that we have seen anywhere near enough. And that's what so many United fans want. And as I said, Old Trafford just sounded different today. Like the fans were able to enjoy that game in a way that they just haven't been able to. Because you always worry that United's game management's going to go out the window. And I'll be honest, had Diogo Dalot not come up with that tackle, it could well have ended differently. But all credit to him. A clean sheet. I hope, to bloody God, that injury isn't as bad as you could see. He was visibly upset because he feared being out again for a long time. A bit like Varane at Chelsea last season because he thought he was going to miss the World Cup. I think he ended up being fit for it. I hope he isn't injured. But if that doesn't put a smile on your face, seeing that photo and seeing that performance from United after winning against Wolves with a 97th minute winner from another academy graduate, Well, you're just not enjoying football, really.